Hello and welcome to Not So Awesome Review. Today we're looking at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Usagi Yojimbo action figure by Neca Toys, also known as Miyamoto Usagi, or just Rabbit Samurai, because that's what it translates to, which I think is like a great name, by the way. But anyways, we're gonna run through the accessories really fast. So he does come with a cloth hood, which is wired. It's a jacket looking thing. It's cool. You can see it on the screen right now. It's really good. It's cool, right? Right, it's cool. Aside from that, he does come with a pair of open hands, a pair of fists, a pair of weapon holding hands, and for those weapon holding hands, he does have a kunai and a spike dagger. I think that's what it's on the internet. I mean, if you're looking for like the classic one on eBay to replace your old one, that's what you would search, I think. Yeah. He also comes with his swords, as well as the sheath for his sword and this cloth thing that you can kind of tie around his waist and hide it so you can hold it onto his body, and a Tokage dinosaur and another cloth thing which I guess you could use to tie around his waist with the jacket, which I tried but it's too long, so it's kind of weird. But anyways, he does come with two heads. He comes with a regular face and a kind of frowning angry face, as well as a hat. And both ears are interchangeable between the heads, so you do have options there, which we'll show in a second here, because he does have his hat on. You can see he does do a good job of covering his face, the shadows and everything, so great on that. And we're going to take a quick closer look at the little dinosaur guy here. If you've read the comic books, you'll just see him in the background all the time, like a bunch of these guys, so I guess it's cool that they added it to this set here. Looks fine. It's kind of rubbery, not really much to say, doesn't really want to focus in on it, but it's there, as well as the cloth thing, which again, like I said, it's kind of weird. You can tie it around his waist to kind of close up the hood and everything, but it does kind of have to go around like 2.5 times, which the hood itself looks amazing. The sewing on it is done really, really nice. There is a slight wire in the hood itself. It does fit on him perfectly fine. I actually really like it. The material isn't cheap at all. It's not like super thin and see-through or anything. So they did a great job with this. Really easy to apply to him. Just spread through his arms and there he has it. But anyways, again, just a closer look at his other weapons. You can see they are done in that nice NECA cartoony style, which stands out really good. I always love the paint they do because that panel lining and everything, really, really unique. Just stands out. Love it. Anyways, okay, getting closer to getting on with the figure itself. Let's take his little hat off, which this is rubber. So I would definitely say be careful with it, but the detail does go all the way through the entire thing from the bottom to the top. Done really nice. No real paint issues on it at all from what I can tell. But again, be careful with this little thing. It would have been nicer if it was a string, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know why they went with a little rubbery thing, but a string would have definitely been better. It does fit on pretty good. You can get it under his chin and everything, as you guys just saw. It looks amazing on him. But again, just be careful with that because that's something that will definitely be broken in the future. Like I said, for his swords, which is the next thing we're going to remove, they are here. I do have them attached with that other string. We can get a better look. This one is kind of more of a band. It's a little bit, what's that word? That thing. I don't want to say scrunchy, but yeah, does that. So you can fit it around his waist and it ties in pretty tight. If you want to do a second loop, I think it would fit a lot tighter. And because of the way his body is, you can hide it under his waist in case you don't want to kind of see that black thing floating around or anything. Anyways, swords, again, done really nice. They both slide in and out really easily. They both pop onto his hands very easily. Though I did have him holding one slightly for a while, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. If I focus in on this, there's definitely right there, the very between the two fingers, a little bit of orangey paint, probably from the tip of the sword blade itself, from just holding it for a few days. Now that could also be because it has been ridiculously hot the last week. That I know does not help with paint and, you know, just kind of plasticky things next to each other. Always be careful, but it's a little disappointing to see that kind of appearing in his hand. Thankfully, it's in a spot where, since it is a grabbing hand, you won't really see it much, but it is there, so be aware that you might have that kind of issue in the future. Anyways, getting really close to actually getting to the figure itself, I just wanted to mention, again, you can pop off his ears like that, really easy. See right there. take the other head and just pop that on to there, like that. Get the ears that came with that head, which the peg does look longer, and you would think, oh, well, maybe they won't fit interchangeably, but no, they do, which is good. Let's just get it in there. There we have his ears done up really nice, which is probably my favorite look. I'm not a big fan of the down ears, but I do really like the down ears at the same time, especially when you put on the hat, so you can have the hat on with either head. Obviously, with this one, it wouldn't really work if you tried to put the hat on with his ears up. Same thing with the hood of his little cloak thing. It wouldn't work if you had the other ears on, but thankfully, they did think of everything, I guess you could say, and made it so you can change the ears out, so you can use both accessories with both facial expressions. Look-wise, they captured him really well. He looks like he popped off of the TV show from his comic book and everything. It's amazing. I really, really like the look of this figure, the paint throughout the body, the line work. It's what you would expect from modern day NECA, I should say. Paint-wise is done great. I don't think I have any actual issues. Maybe a little bit of chipping in some of the joints. Maybe see it right there, but aside from that, it's great. Again, no complaints. It's an awesome looking figure, probably the definitive Usagi Yojimbo figure as of right now. So getting on with articulation, again, it is what you expect from NECA. We can look up, look down, look left and right. You can't turn his ears, as you guys just saw. You can pivot. So head and neck movement is done really well. We do have movement at the neck, which is great for someone like him. At the waist, you can get a little bit back and a little bit forward, but not too much. Some side to side. I wish he could lean forward just a little bit more. I feel like they could have definitely done that by just making a little bit of a canal right there, and he would have probably been able to lean forward a lot more, honestly. But it's fine for what it is. Arms can go out that much, which isn't bad. Down, rotate. We do have a single jointed elbow, which does just about 90 degrees. Rotation at the elbow and rotation here and at the wrist as well. All of them are in that direction, even for the weapon holding hands, which at the very least are at an angle, so it does help with some posing, but ideally it's still not what a lot of people would want. They do feel a little loose, I'm not going to lie, so you probably could get that up and down movement. Just be careful to not pop them off or definitely break anything. I don't think they would break, I think they would just pop off, but do want to add that disclaimer anyways. As for his feet, his legs can go out pretty much all the way for a rabbit. That's really good. Forward, back a little bit. We do have upper leg rotation. We do have a single jointed knee that does just under 90. And we do have a forward and back at the foot and a slight pivot, though I feel like the joints, the way they're in, is at an angle, which kind of makes sense if you have him standing up straight. I feel like the pants are just flaring out, so his legs would be straight right there. But for some reason, the peg is just slightly going that way. Odd, but doesn't really affect too much of his articulation really at all. So, articulation, again, for a NECA figure, not bad at all. And I will say that while I was moving this guy around the first time and everything, I didn't feel like I was going to accidentally break it, which is good. I haven't gotten any of the TMNT NECA figures in a while, mostly because they're either too much money, I can't find them, or I can't find them, and even if I did, they're probably too much money. So there is that. I know there have been a few sets that have been easier to find. I know they do the pre-orders on their website, but the shipping honestly kills it, especially when they kind of layer out everything between different weeks and you can't do like a combined thing. So that's like a rant for another day. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. He was in stock on Target's website for a good while, for about a day and a half, I want to say. So hopefully he'll go back up at some point. I've been seeing plenty of pictures of people finding him. I didn't actually find him in store. He was found in a different store that had him on discount, which actually made him cheaper than the regular price. And then my buddy bought it for me as a gift for my birthday that was last month. So that's how I got this figure, and that is the phone ringing. Anyone else have house phones? Because we still do. Anyways. But anyways, here he is next to the, I believe it's the Nickelodeon show, Usagi Yojimbo. He's missing his other sword. I think I gave it to Leo because Leo I bought used and he didn't come with a sword. It's a whole nother thing. But anyways, you can see here the classic and more modern design. Very different, but very similar. Obviously, one is made by Playmates, so the quality isn't as great as what we have with the NECA figure. But honestly, this figure is not bad either. Main thing he's lacking compared to him is the body movement. Otherwise, they're not too different from each other. Both of them, again, very different styles. I do like the classic one on the left a lot more, but having the one on the right was definitely a must for me the second I saw him in the store. And there is a samurai version of the one on the right. I do have him. I just don't have his helmet. I mean, I have his helmet. I don't know where it is, but hoping that we do get a full samurai version of this one on the left in the future, because that would be amazing. And here he is next to the only two cartoon version of the Turtles that I own, which is Raphael and Leonardo. You can see that both of them are taller than him. And again, from that 2-pack here is Shredder, who towers over our little Usagi Yojimbo right there. You can see, again, looks great together. Really nothing else to say. Yeah, so I may be a little biased here when asked, is this figure worth it? Because my answer is going to be yes. I absolutely love this character. I love the look of this character. Just something about him has always just made me go like, yeah, he's awesome. Just his looks, the fact that he is a rabbit and he is a samurai. I don't know. It's an awesome figure. It's an awesome character. The figure itself, in all honesty, biases aside, actually is very solid for what it is. I think his articulation is very well done, which is a great bonus. It could have been so easy for this to be kind of a dud, maybe not have the best articulation, maybe not have that kind of waist movement that I would want. And of course, he doesn't have the best waist movement, but there's enough that I do enjoy it. Again, the feet movement, the arm movement. I do wish he had butterfly joints, I'm not gonna lie, but aside from that, he's pretty darn perfect for his shape, for his look, and the ability to keep the aesthetics and articulation there to a degree where I believe he does reach that 34-ish dollar mark. Yeah, I think it's a good value for the price. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.